Hey guys, good morning. I'm showing up for the series that we've been doing for the last 6 days, I think. Questions that changed my life. And so questions that in turn could change your life. So today's question, really what I love about this question is that you could ask yourself this question if you are feeling like you are on top of the mountain in your life. Or you can ask yourself this question if you're down in the pits. So the question is, where do you feel stuck? And I don't remember where this first came up for me. I know I've asked it in the valley and on the mountaintop. And I would say, so we'll start with if you happen to be sitting in the valley right now and you ask yourself this question, I know for me, what ended up happening was it was kind of like an avalanche of oh my gosh, I feel stuck in my job. I feel stuck in relationships. I feel stuck with my health. I feel stuck with, and it was all these items. And while yes, that could potentially be overwhelming, right? Especially when we're down in the pits of despair. But what I would just say, I would offer up as the reframe, because I know this is what I did, and again, changed my life, is how amazing is it to be able to ask that question, be able to clearly identify, okay, this is the area where I'm feeling stuck. This is the area where I'm feeling stuck. This is the area where I'm feeling stuck. Because then that actually gives us a starting point to go, okay, man, if I'm feeling so dang stuck in my job, because it's easy to, right? If I'm feeling so stuck in my job, let me start making changes in this area. If, I'm feeling stuck wherever it may be. Sorry, I have lost my train of thought. Really, well, it's because I'm in here by myself right now. No one else has joined. That's what's happening. Really what it is about having a starting point. Not, I think that when we're in it, this is what I was going to say. I think that when we're in it, it's really easy for us to just be everything in my life sucks. Everything, it feels like everything. I don't even know where to start. And so we kind of have this hands up mentality. I don't even know. And so we just keep chugging along, doing the same things, hoping that we're going to get a different result. But we're all smart enough to know that's not how it works. So when we ask this question, where do I actually feel stuck in my life? It gives us a starting point. It puts the dots on the map. It actually takes the puzzle box of a mess, right? That just feels like your life, and actually starts putting those puzzle pieces on the ground, on the table, so that you can start figuring out, okay, how do I change this for myself? And then when you're on the mountaintop, I know when I've asked myself, where do I feel stuck? Even though everything seems so good, where do I feel stuck? Those answers then tend to lead towards more, I would say, identity evolution stuff. Man, I really feel stuck in this limiting belief around money. And then you get to work through that. Hi, Christina, I see you joined. Thanks for being here. So when you're on top of the mountain, you get to ask that question, where do you actually feel stuck? Then you're evolving and you're thinking about it differently. But the question is still laying the foundation of a starting point. So when we get really clear about okay, hey, here's my starting point, then we can actually start to make progress. So my hope for you this week is that as you are sitting there, again, whether you're on the mountaintop or whether you're in the valley, that you just ask yourself, okay, where do I feel stuck? That you give yourself a moment to just write it down. And then in that moment that you recognize how much power is sitting there and how grateful you can be, because now you have a starting point. And now you get to make different choices that you can actually change your life. So if any of this is resonating, I would love to chat with you. Join me. I'm showing up at least the next couple days, going live here on Instagram at about 8:30 Mountain Time to talk about these questions that changed my life. I would love to continue the conversation in comments or DMs, or I'll see you tomorrow. All right, until next time, bye.